Hi, it's LeJanaro back with another plan with me. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome back. So, this week I am planning for the week of February 13th through February the 19th. This is Valentine's Day week, and I'm going to use a pink planner shop kit. It's called XO. I'm not real sure if it's still in her shop or if it's one of her retired ones, but I'll link her shop anyway. So here's the kit. We have some decorative boxes, your date covers, your washi. You got your weekly trackers, your ombre heart check boxes, bill due stickers, work stickers, some headers. Got some icons, date dots, more washi, boxes, headers, some more decorative boxes. You got some labels, some headers, glitter headers. Got all of your boxes. And then you have some more decorative boxes. All right. So let's see. Nothing much going on this week. I know I've been saying that for the past couple of weeks, but I haven't been doing anything. I will tell you about my trip this past weekend. Well, it wasn't really a trip, but I'll tell y'all about it. Yeah, nothing really happening this week. I had a doctor's appointment on the 15th, but it was canceled. I got a call saying my doctor wouldn't be in that day. So my appointment is scheduled for next month. I could have got an earlier appointment with a different doctor, but I don't want to see a different doctor. I haven't seen this doctor since last year when she diagnosed me with endometriosis. And basically helped me find out what has been going on with me for the last 15 years. And I wanted to thank her. So I never got a chance to go back and see her last year because I had so many other appointments, people she had referred me to. And towards the end of the journey, I was tired. And they kept bugging me to schedule my annual. But mentally and physically, I was tired. I had been poked and prodded all year. And I was like, no, I will schedule that appointment in the next year. So that's what I did. I scheduled her appointment for February, but I got the call saying she wasn't going to be available. So it's going to be in March now. I'm fine with that. But I don't want to see anybody else but her because, like I said, I didn't get to see her again last year. And I just want to thank her because she changed my life for the better. She was the first doctor who actually took the time to go through my entire history to figure out what was going on with me. And she actually gave me solutions. And she, ordered the test and got the official diagnosis. And I'm just grateful to her. And I want to tell her that. I don't want to tell her an email or anything like that. I want to tell her face to face. So I will wait to see her. All right, so there's that story. So this past weekend, or not this past weekend, the weekend of the 4th, me and my sisters went to Helen, Georgia for a holistic and wellness expo. It was the 2nd annual expo. Of course, we didn't know about it last year. It was at the Valhalla Resort in Helen, Georgia. And it was very, very nice. A nice setup. It had a good little crowd there. It had vendors, doctors, other practitioners, who work with holistic medicine. And it was very good. I always, whenever I make plans to go somewhere, I'll say yes because I'll be interested in going. But I will say that my anxiety goes through the roof days prior to me actually going. So, but once the day comes and I get to wherever I'm going, I start to feel better. But yeah. So we got there about 9:45. It started at 10, maybe 9:30. Maybe we got there about 9:30. And then our other sister got there about 9:45, and then our other sister got there at about 10:20. And we went in and got signed in and everything, got our wristband, because the vendors and everything were inside, but the speakers were going to be outside. So we got a wristband to just show that we had already checked in and already paid and everything like that. So, so yeah, we first got there. We looked at a couple of vendors first. My god niece was there selling her candles. And they had people there selling skincare products, all types of CBD stuff. I've never tried CBD stuff, but the people that I know have, they say it's beneficial to them. And they take it for all different reasons: sleep, pain, whatever they need it for. Yeah, whatever they need it for, that's what they take it for. And I hear good things about it, but I've never tried it. There are no... Oh, yes, there are. I'm missing them. I'm looking right over them. So yeah, skincare, various CBD products, herbal tea, jewelry, books on health and wellness. People selling crystals, and there's a lady there that she had crystals, but she also was doing palm reading and tarot reading and stuff like that. I wasn't interested in that. Tarot card readings and stuff. I wasn't interested in that type of stuff. But my sisters, they are into crystals and different things like that. I lost my train of thought there for a second. There was a lady there talking about Reiki. A lot of stuff I'm not familiar with, but I do plan on getting on Google and looking things up. What else did people have? They had there were some food products there, organic products, with food and everything. So the speakers, I think we caught 3 speakers. We didn't catch them all. There was someone that I don't think showed up, or maybe they showed up later. I don't know. But the first guy, that first speaker, he was looking for his name. Oh, I don't see his name. I don't see his name on here. Unless they have him titled with something different. Let's see. Oh man, I can't remember his name. But anyway. Maybe it was Gary, but I can't remember what his name was. I probably have his card in my bag, but he talked about basically the power of manifesting, the power of your mind. And, basically you can manifest the life that you want. He has done a lot over the years. He's a doctor. He doesn't practice medicine anymore, but he's a doctor. He named a lot of stuff. I was listening to him, run down everything that he had done over the years. And he finally settled on, he's a professor. So he's retired. He's somewhat retired now, he said. And he does do like oh my gosh, presentations, around the world and everything. But he said he has his dream home now. He had been married twice. And he made a joke. He said both his ex-wives were great housekeepers. And, you know, at first we were like, oh. But he said that in terms of during the divorce, they got to keep the house. So that's what he meant by housekeepers. They kept the house. All right. But he just talked about, you know, he asked us, had we ever watched The Secret? And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Yeah, asked us if we ever watched The Secret, and just talked about some of the concepts in The Secret and how, you know, you can use your thoughts are powerful. So be careful of some of the things that you think. Because your thoughts have power. He had us get up and do some exercises, not physical exercise like weight loss exercise, but exercise like mind exercises, basically. Trying to help us find where our energy radiates from our body when we're thinking positive or negative thoughts, and how to try and center yourself. So a lot of good stuff in his presentation. A lot of good stuff. And I've been reading about things like that. I've read the book Manifest Now. Her name is Ideal. I always say it wrong, but her Instagram handle is LeJanaro. It's her name plus millionaire. She actually has 2 books. I haven't read her second book, but her first book is Manifest Now. And I've read that one. I want to reread it. She has a lot of affirmations in the book, and a lot of different ways talking about manifestation and stuff like that. So Jay Shetty, I listened to his book, Think Like a Monk. It has a lot of stuff about the power of your mind and that. But I do want to go and watch The Secret. You hear about it a lot. There's a book. And the movie or the document, I don't know if it's considered a movie or a documentary, but it was on Netflix. So I need to go and see if it's still on Netflix. But if it's not, I'm sure I can find it somewhere. It's probably on YouTube. But yeah, I want to go and watch The Secret. First couple of times I tried to watch it years ago, I fell asleep. Oh my gosh. I must have been really tired because I fell asleep. And this happened a couple of times. So I'm like, okay, am I tired or is this boring? But I'm going to make it a point to stay up and finish watching it. All right, Friday. So again, I think it's interesting stuff. Also got a like a manifestation journal. I got that from Amazon. A while ago, and I've gone through it. I can't think of what the name of it is right now, but I've gone through it. I thought I had it in here, but I don't. But that was the first speaker. He was a cool guy. He said he finally has his dream home. He lives on 5 acres. A lot of good stuff happening. Oh no, I put that in the wrong spot. Oh, it is tearing. I don't know if this is gonna stick back down on the paper, but I might try to put it somewhere else. I've been using the wrong color for Friday. Oh well. It's fine. So yeah, that was the first speaker. The second speaker, we got there kind of late because we thought that she was starting 5 minutes after. So the speakers were starting at like, let's say like 12:05. But for some reason we thought she was starting at 12:10, so we got there like 5 minutes late. And it seemed like we missed a lot because her presentation didn't last long after we got there. But she talked about healing with sounds of love. So she has one of those prong things that you hit against, like a steel thing, and it makes the noise, and she puts it close to your body and you can feel the energy from it. I don't know what it's called. Somebody help me in the comments if you know. She also talked about what we caught. She talked about why can't I remember my thoughts? Excuse me. It'll come to me in a second. You know, they say your mind is the first thing to go. This was her asking, or not her. This was people asking her questions. People were asking her things like what she thought about microwaving food. You know, basically it's the radiation from the microwave getting into our food and harming our bodies. I am missing something. That's why I'm just sitting here like I am missing something. And with that, she just said that, that she could only give her opinion. She wasn't going to give us a definite, yes, microwaves are, but she did say that plastic containers are no when it comes to storing our food, reheating our foods. She gave some type of percentage of how much plastic particles there is in people's bodies. And it was pretty scary. And because they say when you microwave your food, some of the plastic particles get in your food and that type stuff. So she says glassware is better than I should have put this on Friday. It's down now. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I was saying that you should use glassware instead of Tupperware, basically, to when you warm up your food. I don't know why I had such a hard time trying to get that out. So, oh, she also had recipes for like healing baths. She talked about Epsom salt. She talked about different things you can use when you take a bath to kind of heal your body. And she gave us a bunch of recipes for that. And so that was that speaker. And then I want to say we only saw 3 speakers. The last speaker was a doctor, and he talked about heart health. So he had some very interesting information. He talked about how in conventional medicine, they tell you that high cholesterol is bad. However, he said the higher your cholesterol, within reason, the less likely you're to have a heart attack. But the lower, lower your cholesterol is, if your cholesterol is low, you're more prone to have a heart attack, basically. And he said, you know, they're starting to make that realization, because they have been telling you for years that high cholesterol was bad, but now they're coming to the realization that that's not entirely true. So he says your cholesterol is different for kids. He didn't give us a kid number, but for adults, your cholesterol should actually be over 200. Now, this is not me saying this. I'm just telling you what the doctor there said. He talked about basically the way things are set up is not necessarily set up to treat the problem or find a solution to the problem, but treat the symptoms. He said that's how the system is set up now. It's set up to treat the symptoms, not solve the problem. And he talked about how a certain CT scan you can have to see if you are basically prone to have a heart attack. And he also said that the test, like hospitals are charging $99 for the test. And he said he would recommend you pay out of pocket versus going through your insurance. And $99 for a CT scan is actually not a lot. So it's a lot if you don't have, you know, let's be clear about that. If you don't have $99 to spend, it's a lot. But yeah, he's basically talked about how that scan can give you a lot of answers when it comes to your heart. What else did he talk about? He talked about how he called it the vitamin K2 and D3. Those were some supplements to take. Yeah, D3 and vitamin D3 and vitamin K2. He talked about those things, how they help with heart health. He talked about people, were then asking him questions about I hate to lay this down, it's bothering me. It's bothering me because it wouldn't stick back on my sticker paper. So I need to lay it down here. There we go. But people were asking him questions as far as like high blood pressure. Oh, what he said about blood pressure is the number that they call normal is 120/80. He said, but technically your blood pressure should be like 110/70. He said that's the ideal blood pressure, 110/70. Because people were asking about, is it hereditary? Does age, race, weight, all those things play a factor in high blood pressure? I just lost my train of thought. We were talking about high blood pressure. It'll come back to me in a second. Oh my gosh. It was something interesting too. But let me see. High blood pressure. The optimal number for your blood pressure. I can't think of it. I can't think of what I was going to say. Darn it. Let's see. What else did he talk about? Other questions that people asked. They asked him about dairy products. Should we be eating dairy products? Speaking of, I'll come back to that. Well, I mean, it's in the same vein. He said that if you're going to eat eggs, the eggs need to come from a chicken who eats insects. He said chickens don't eat, or they're not supposed to eat, corn and grains. Yeah, he talked about how I am missing something. Checklist. There's no checklist in this. Anyway, okay. Okie dokie. So yeah, he talked about how chickens are, I know I said it already, but how chickens are supposed to eat, insects and things like that, not corn and grains. So that was interesting. Of course, he talked about fish. He said your fish needs to be wild caught. He said, yeah, wild caught fish, not fish that is in a lab in a swimming pool, basically. What else? So dairy. So yeah, he said if you're gonna eat eggs, make sure you eat basically organic eggs, basically. And someone asked about milk and cheese. So his whole thing was try to cut out processed foods. I'm not sure why I'm having a hard time trying to find stuff. Try to cut out processed foods as much as you can. So when the person asked about milk and cheese and different things like that, so those things are processed. So he gave an answer. I'm coming, I promise. And he said, who drinks cow's milk? And, you know, people responded, you know, a calf, which that is true. The calf drinks their mother's milk. And he asked, you know, when babies are born, what do they drink? And most, not all babies, but most babies drink breast milk. He said, we are the only other animals that consume cow's milk. So the Cliff Notes version is we're not supposed to be drinking milk. Because it has to go through a process. Like, you know, it's a process. But then that got me thinking about people who have farms and they milk their cows. So anyway, who am I to question? And then, you know, someone asked about soy. And he basically said the same thing, is processed. And one lady was like, well, you can make almond milk. And he said, what do you have to do to almonds to make it milk? And everybody went, process it. Oh boy. So and basically, if you can't really understand the ingredients on the label, if you can't pronounce the ingredients and you don't understand it, you probably shouldn't be eating it. And the 15th is on a Wednesday. So yeah, like I said, it was a very interesting experience. The expo was. I was gonna try some CBD stuff, but I changed my mind. They had some for sleep and pain and different things like that, which I could use both of those. And they had some for other things too, but I didn't. They, have free samples. I did inquire about with the herbal tea lady. Did she have some tea, that was geared towards fibroids and endometriosis? She does. She called it this IBS-T, which I don't know if that stands for irritable bowel syndrome, but in my mind it does. But they didn't bring any with them. Their store was right down the street, she said, but since I'm not from that area, I didn't want to try to venture out and try to find a store and get lost. So, but I did get her card, so I will be looking at their store online to inquire about the tea. So yeah. Overall, it was a really good day. My god niece, I know she made her money back, because to get a booth was actually very cheap. It was $25 to get a booth. So we definitely, me and all my sisters, definitely want to look into getting a booth next year and taking some things to sell. One of my sisters makes jewelry. One of my other sisters, she cooks really, really well. I sew, so I'm sure I can come up with something. For next year. Something to look forward to, and invite some other friends as well. So, trying to think if there's anything else about the day. Overall, it was a really fun day. We left there about 3:30. And we stopped at this place called Big Daddy's to eat. They give you so much food. One sister got a fish sandwich. And my other two sisters got a salmon sandwich. And they were huge. Huge, I say. I got a hamburger, a bacon cheeseburger. It was huge as well. It was bigger than the bun. Payday meeting. I will put down one of these bill due stickers, but I pay all my bills when I get paid on the 15th. I go ahead and pay all the household bills that day, but I'll just put a sticker there for pay bills. And I'll just find my pay bill sticker. I'm sure there's one somewhere. I don't think it's in my book, but I know I got one. All right, Melvin. Meeting, payday. Got all my work stickers down. What else? YouTube videos, exercise, Bible study, plan. As for pay bills, this is my to-do list. The rest of my to-do list. Oh, pay bills. Here it is, right here in my face. Right here in my face. Pay bills. On the way out, leaving Helen, Georgia, we stopped at the winery. And unless I read the sign wrong, that sign said wine tasting. You get to taste 5 different wines for $12. That wasn't a bad price at all. So that's something. But we went into their shop. It has some, a lot of cute things with wine sayings on it. They had wine slushies. I didn't taste it, but my sister said it was good. I'm not a drinker. Alcohol makes me sleepy. So I just, I live vicariously through other people when it comes to alcohol. What else? I think that's it. We stopped. We didn't go in the antique shop. They had spent a lot of money, so they didn't go in the antique shop. I say they because I wasn't spending money like that. All right. I was keeping my money in my pocket. Because I'm on what? Low spend, no spend. Look down here. I'm trying to make it a point to do more things when I'm just sitting during the week. Do more sewing content, different things like that. So that's why I have all of these things down. I did sew up a pullover top that I had out waiting. So I got that done finally. I recorded it. So that'll be one of my sewing videos. I think I may just want to pull out my Thanks Sis icons. I need to get my prescription. I need to get my prescriptions filled. But I'll have to think about that on a different day. Ooh, I gotta put my niece's birthday down. I put it on my February monthly, but I didn't put it on my I didn't put it on my week last week. I am looking for grocery and meal prep. Something that represents that. Why is there not like a grocery thingy majigamy? Exercise. Unless I'm looking over it. This is a little pizza. I'll put that down for meal prep. Grocery shopping. I don't really have anything for grocery shopping. I'll put this down for payday. Interesting. Even though this is not groceries, so I get me some more exercise icons, put down my YouTube icons. This is a long one, y'all. This is almost an hour. But I did want to tell y'all about, my time at the expo. So I figured it would be a long one to tell you about everything we did, but it's nice. It's nice, and Helen, Georgia is nice. They have a lot of different resorts. I don't know why I feel like there's a casino in Helen. I don't know. But for some reason I feel like that. So yeah, that was my my weekend. Exercise. Trying to see if I had some pinkish shoes that I could put down. These are close enough, I think. All right. I think that is it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.